Hello, everyone. My name is Uberswe, and today we're doing build number 10 on my 30-day Create Mod Build Challenge. We previously built a starter house and an iron farm, which are right here behind me, and several other buildings further away. And today we're doing a sugar farm. But not just any sugar farm. This one will be using honey to turn into sugar. And this is because if you look at sugar here in JEI, we can see that we can turn one honey bottle into sugar. And if we left click our honey bottle, we can see that we could take a honey block and 4 bottles, or we could use create with a spout to fill a glass bottle. So it takes 250 millibuckets of honey onto a bottle to make a honey bottle. Or you could also mix a honey block with glass bottles to get it, but we're going to be using the spout here. So we're going to take honey and fill bottles, and then take the honey bottles and then make sugar from the honey bottles. And that's going to be our sugar farm. And here we have some bees. So what I want to do is I want to wait for them to go back into their bee nest here, because I don't want to grab it when it's empty. And we're going to use an axe. And you can use any type of axe here. It doesn't have to be a diamond axe. But you want to make sure that it has silk touch. And as long as you have silk touch on your axe, you'll be able to gather these bee nests. You could also make a beehive if you wanted to, using any kind of planks and then honeycomb. That is another option, but for my build, I'm going to collect these bee nests. So what you have to do is usually you want to wait until nighttime in the evening when the bees will go into their nests. Yeah, now you'll be able to grab the bee's nest. Just like that. And then now we can put this back at home. Okay, I have about 7 beehives, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on a chest right here, just to keep them stored until we need them later. I need to get started with our build. So I'm going to clear out all the moss blocks here. We don't need any more moss. And then I'll probably start by marking out a hexagon, because I think that's going to be a cool theme for this build. I can't do too much with hexagons because I need quite a lot of space for the shapes. But I was thinking I'll do an outline of a hexagon, and then we'll kind of take it from there and see what happens. All right, so I kind of got a basic layout going. So we have our hexagon. It's kind of hard to do hexagons in Minecraft, but yeah, this is a hexagon shape with 6 sides. And then I made this area here where I kind of want to put a building. I don't want too much of an actual structure in this build. And this is going to be more for outline decoration. I'm thinking some kind of garden or something like that. But what I'm feeling is I like that there are bees here. But as I'm standing here working, I'm constantly kind of annoyed by this steam engine that's in here making all this noise, right? So I feel like this might be a little bit too close to our other buildings here, and it won't really fit in well. And I'm not sure this is much better, because I don't know what I'm going to put here, but I feel like it's going to be some kind of industry maybe. So I'm going to take this, make a schematic of it, and we're just going to move it up here. Basically, switch places with these two. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not really feeling it. So yeah, we're going to switch places, and then I'll continue building after that. And with some magic, this is basically back to the way it was now. So we do have a plot here again. And our bee farm is now being built up here instead, where this plot is. So once again, I'm gonna replace the moss blocks with grass blocks here. But basically what I'm thinking is I'll have this hexagon outline to make some kind of garden area, is what I'm thinking. Then here in the middle, I'll have a house which actually stores and produces our honey and sugar, because we're making a sugar farm today. That's the whole point, right? And then I'm thinking I'll have 6 beehives powering this. So it's not going to be a massive scale production. but I think it's going to be enough for me and maybe like, you know, a small team or something. So I'm thinking we'll put one central like beehive kind of here. So I'm just kind of mapping out, getting an idea for it. So, and then we'll put another one. We'll put another one here is what I'm thinking. So it's a little bit staggered. So we'll do the same thing here so it matches. Oh, we'll do here. There we go. So this is the location of the 6 beehives basically. And this was just to mark the center, so we'll remove that. But then we're gonna do the same thing here. So I want one here and one here. And then on this one, we're gonna do one here. So this is gonna be the location of our beehives. And we can actually go and get those now. So I'm going to get a fluid pipe because you can use fluid pipes to pull honey out of beehives. So we'll already stick the fluid pipes out there. So we'll grab 6 of these. There we go. Yeah, we'll place out the fluid pipes now, but these are not going to be functional until hook up the pumps and everything later. But they will be able to pull out of the beehives. So we'll put a bee's nest here. We'll put another bee's nest here. We'll put one here. I noticed that I'm in creative mode, so I don't actually need all of these. I only need one, apparently. I did not know that was a thing. So we'll put out a few different ones so we don't all have the same ones. There we go. Now we have the bees. I guess I just need to get to building. So I'm going to build actual structure now. And then once we have the structure in place, I think I will hook up all the pipes and everything. And I'll show you guys how to do that, like how to hook up the pipes, how to pull honey out of beehives and all that. We'll do after we have the structure down. So let me get to building some gardens here and a little house. And then I'll be back again to show you guys how the bee farm is actually going to work. All right, so I've been building for a little while and we have the basic structure down, the basic layout of the area. I'm probably going to do a little bit of touching up later, but for now, I think we're ready to add our actual sugar farm inside this little house here. I mean, I think the goal here is to we'll produce honey and sugar. We want to get a water wheel with some water, and we're probably going to need some shafts, gearboxes, and we're going to need some cogs. We're going to need some pipes some mechanical pumps. And basically, for the time being, I'm just going to make a 3x3 hole here. Yeah, dig out a little bit of an area for our water wheel here. Just like so. Then we can put down the water wheel. We'll dig out this corner here. And right here on the side, we'll place our water. And if we take our goggles and put them on, we'll be able to see that we have 512 SU right there. Now, most of our power is going to be underground. So I'm going to put a gearbox right here. Then we'll have shafts that go out to turn the pumps that are going to hook up to our beehives. And if you remember, we did put down some pipes here so that we can connect our beehives later. And basically, these are going to be one block under. So we need to make some tunnels underground. And basically, the tunnels are going to be at this level. We could actually put a block of dirt here. The wheel will still get power from this water that runs here, but if we block it off, that's fine. And then we're going to go out and we're going to see our beehive is right there. So we will need some pipe. We'll need some pipe here. Put another dirt block there. And here we have the other side. We'll need some pipe here. Yeah, then we'll just connect our pipe to our existing pipe up there. And we can only pull 15 blocks. So we have 1, 2 up there, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 blocks of pipe to get here. That's fine. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a little bit uneven because I made the area uneven. But this should be fine. So we have 9 and 10 blocks. Then we want to pump like somewhere nearby here. And then here we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we can do 10 because this one was 9. So 10 now. 11, 12, 13, 14. The 15th would be here. So technically, we can try it, but I'm not sure if it will work. We can actually dig out here a little bit to kind of get a better idea of what we're doing. But basically, we're going to put a pump here, and hopefully that's going to pull from all of these 4 here. So we will have a pump here because we had 15 in pipe length and then 16 is here. What I'm wondering if it's actually going to pull out of this beehive. We'll see if that works. So we'll have 1 pump here and then we can continue our piping. 1, 2, 3. We'll also pull this pipe. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do something like this, I think. So we'll put another pump here. And this is just because we want to pull from this one, and we want to make sure that everything from there is getting pulled as well. For the time being, we can open this up and just make sure we see everything here. So I'm going to open that. And then we want to connect this pipe to some fluid tanks. And fluid tanks are able to store liquids. So that's one thing we're definitely going to want. Oh, is this going to connect to our glass panes there? That's too bad. So we get this little connection here if we put our tank here. Maybe we go with a small tank. Just like a well, it's not a small tank, but it's a large tank. Maybe we just go with that. And then we can right click with a wrench to make this transparent. And to switch the direction of a pump, you can see like this arrow here indicates that this pump is going to push this way. And if we right click with our wrench, you can see that it's going the other way now. And same thing with this pump. You can see that it's currently pushing in the wrong direction. We want it to go the opposite direction. So we right click with the wrench and now you can see it's going this way. And we'll be able to make sure that all of this is working. And now I think we can flip this and we'll make our pipe go here. We'll clear out a little bit more of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a cog here. And then to transfer power over, we're just going to put another cog here. So now you can see these are connected. So these two are connected to this pump here, which is now going to pull honey. And the honey should slowly arrive here. Yeah. And the honey will go from that beehive over there all the way up. And what do you know? We have another trader here coming to talk to us. And now you can see we're getting 56 millibuckets. We should get, I guess, 1 bucket of honey. Or 333 millibuckets of honey. Okay. So you can see we took the honey out of there. And now we have some honey in here. So our pump is working. And now we can hook up the rest here. And this cog is going to go into the water wheel, but I think it's fine. So it doesn't matter which direction the cogs are spinning. As long as they're spinning, they're going to pull honey. And we don't have to worry too much about the speed because as long as it's, you know, pulling honey, it will eventually get here. So now we should get honey from there. We should get honey from there and there and there. And it's going to take a little while, but you can see some honey going through here because you can see it's dripping. And we're also getting some coming this way. So yeah, lots of honey on the way, and it should go into the system here as well. Oh no, we're pumping honey the wrong way here. So because there's no pump from this intersection here, then this pump over here is able to push this liquid in the wrong direction. So when that happens, what you have to do is add another pump here. So we're going to have to remove this pipe and add a pump. And then you can see this is once again going the wrong direction. So we'll need to flip it. And then we need to get some rotational power over to this pump right here with a shaft and then another cog, just like so. And now any honey that got pumped into that beehive should now be coming back and going up into this. And you can see we almost have 2 buckets of honey. We could hook up our last beehive as well. I was considering using this for honeycomb, but I think for the simplicity of this build, we will just keep it to honey and sugar. Here, once again, we need another pump to get our honey flowing in the right direction. So we'll put another shaft here and a cog there, just like so. And then now all the honey should be going in here. And we can now, for free, like it doesn't actually cost anything, we can actually cover up our cogs and stuff with this andesite casing. Then after that, I'm going to grab some of these path blocks. You don't have path blocks, you just hit some dirt with a shovel and you'll get it, or some grass blocks with a shovel. Here we can get some copper casing and we can put that right there. And that's going to like add a nice touch to the bottom of that fluid tank. We'll put a chain drive right here in the back. And I think that will be a nice way to bring up some power. And I feel like we should have the power going this way. Let's add another one to this. We'll put a cog here, and then I'm going to have some pipe here going over to our spout, which is going to go right here. we'll have a pump going from here. So this pump is going to pull honey out of this tank and into our spout here. And our spout is then going to be able to fill glass bottles. Here, we're going to put some shafts. And I'll put another shaft here. And we're going to get a mechanical belt. And we're going to be putting that like so. And oh, this needs to go the opposite direction. So we'll put a gearbox here. We'll have a weighted ejector. We'll put it right here. We're going to want it facing that way. We hold shift, right click to set the target. And then we're going to want it to throw stuff that way. And we're going to need some cogs. Oh, that's a problem. Well, we could get rid of this. Oh no. It's going the wrong direction. That's too bad. But we can get rid of this shaft, and then this will be powered. So basically, there was a shaft here connecting this cog to that pump there, giving it power. But since we're going the opposite direction, I had to disconnect the cog down here, and now the belt is moving in the correct direction. And now we need a mechanical crafter. We'll put the mechanical crafter right here, and then we're gonna have a cog here and a cog here. We'll have an andesite funnel on this side right here, and whatever is completed should just go on the belt. I think that will work. We'll see if it works. So basically, we're gonna make honey bottles. So we'll throw a glass bottle over there. Then that glass bottle will get filled by honey, and when it goes into this crafter, since a honey bottle can go into an automated crafter and make 3 sugar, this should work. And then our sugar is going to get thrown back in this direction. So we can see that that should work. But now we need to handle our sugar. And maybe to do that, we have a chest. And then we put a brass funnel. So we'll put right over here on the inside, we'll put a brass funnel right there. And probably just break that window temporarily. And then we're going to put through this window. Oh, this is difficult. But you see when it says filter at the bottom? So if I'm hovering here, it says no filter, no filter, no filter. But if I'm right there where the filter slot is, you can see filter. And I think we can right click like that. And now this filter should be set to sugar. I know it's a little bit hard to tell, but it should be set now. And we can test this by throwing some sugar on there. Oh no. It's not being picked up. I'm just running around here like a maniac with sugar. Okay, that's a problem. So it seems like this. Oh, it's hitting the roof. It's hitting this roof. Oh, that's too bad. Now it's stuck over here. Can we make this work? It does get stuck up there, huh? We need a cog here. We need a cog here. We need a cog here. And we need a cog here. And now this cog is powering our mechanical crafter. So it's starting to get a little bit messy. And once again, we can cover our cogs with andesite casing like this if we wanted to. We should be able to get a glass bottle, throw it on here. It's a very slow machine, but it should now get filled with honey. Then it goes in there. Very slowly. It turns into sugar. Ta-da! And there we go. We got some sugar. And some more sugar. I think it generates 3 sugar, right? And then the glass bottle. But why doesn't the glass bottle go? Oh, is it because it's hitting the actual funnel now? Oh, this is terrible. This is just terrible. So without the funnel, it works. Man. In the chest, we put a chute. Just like this. And then basically this kinetic ejector is going to shoot in here from there. So let's see if it works. Yeah. So now it's shooting the sugar in there. Now what we can do is we can take our glass bottle when it's empty. So we'll have an empty glass bottle. And what we can do is we can put a brass funnel right here. Put our glass bottle on the filter. And then we make that go out. So now from the chest, only the empty glass bottle can actually exit. So if we put our glass back here, we should now be able to throw our glass bottle down there. And the glass bottle will go out here on the belt. And more honey will get produced. So now we have a working setup, although a bit convoluted. Oh, and one final thing to remember. Some of you may think that this is all moving a little bit slow right now. So one thing we can do is we can take some of these blocks here, open this up, and we can hop down here and take our large water wheel. And we need to grab a bucket as well. So we'll grab a bucket to hold our water. And then what we can do is we can go down a little bit here. Just to give ourselves a little bit more room. And then we can place our water wheel, whoops, like so that it's still directly under where that gearbox is right there. And we can go ahead and place our water back down again and place a dirt block there so that the wheel is rotating the right way. And now we can take some cogs. So we need a large cog and a regular cogwheel, and then we need some andesite casing. The casing is not actually going to be used. We're only using it for decoration here, basically. Oh, sorry. We need 2 cogwheels and 2 large cogwheels. I kind of said that wrong. So on the water wheel, we want a large cogwheel that's going to go to a smaller cogwheel like so. Then we're going to put the casing on the large cogwheel. Then we're going to put the large cogwheel on the small cogwheel like so. And then we're going to have a small, whoops, where did that go? Here. we're going to have the small cogwheel here in the middle. And now we've doubled and then doubled again our rotation here. So things are going to be moving, 3 times as fast? I don't know. Double and double, 4 times as fast, I guess. So now everything is moving a lot quicker, and you could like repeat that step several times if you wanted it to go even faster. And then we can just put our wood blocks back, just like so. And there, we've sped everything up a little bit. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It's been a blast showing you this, and yeah, I really appreciate it. And thank you to all my Patreon members who support me on Patreon to make this 30-day challenge possible, as well as my other projects like Gearworks SMP and even CreateMod.com. You guys are amazing. Thank you.